All right, thanks so much for spending some time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Jennie Restrepo's in the house, Insured Title Agency. We're going to talk about a current file that she was telling me a little bit about before the break there. And before we do, I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Replenish IV Solutions. Replenish IV Solutions right here in South Tampa. They've got a Carrollwood location. They can also go to your home or office, and you get a vitamin infusion drip into your bloodstream. They're going to juice you up, get you some good vitamins in the body, get you that, boosting your immunity and some good fluids in there. Replenish IV Solutions. Stephen and Lisa Gunnan, say hello to them. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. ReplenishIVSolutions.com. Longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Platinum MVP team has a couple new listings here that we want to let you know about here. Shoreline Boulevard, 7300 Shoreline. This is a really cool opportunity. You've got 5 units here. It's operating as a Airbnb, so it's a super host destination on Airbnb. You got 5 units available for rent. It's kind of like a mini hotel here. It's super cool. You're right on a river there, canal access to the river. You're in Weeki Wachee, surrounded by natural beauty, crystal clear springs, lush forests, Gulf of Mexico access. See the mermaids there as well. Explore the outdoors, or just take a break from the hustle and bustle of the city life. Commercial property, residential lot included, 5 fully furnished waterfront suites, all kayaks and furnishings included. 7300 Shoreline Boulevard, Weeki Wachee, Florida. One of our hot listings from the Platinum MVP team. 3864 50th Avenue South in St. Petersburg. Another beautiful single-family home. This one's been completely renovated, remodeled. Gorgeous home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2-car garage, 1659 square feet, fully remodeled. You have updated bathrooms as well, sleek fixtures, tiled showers. I love the kitchen. I love the layout here. You have that island in the kitchen, and you have stainless steel appliances, lighter colors, beautiful flooring as well, and a nice screened-in lanai. And you're about a block from the Maximo Marina and famous Tiki Docks. You can see all of our listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. This is God's country. Jennie Restrepo, welcome back.
Thanks for having me again.
My pleasure. And it's always good to hear these different stories and, the different, because it takes us down a road of an actual real life example of, hey, here's a true example of what happens, what can happen with title insurances and real estate properties. It's not necessarily just an easy, quick close every single time.
If you let me know how we can get all the easy, quick closes every time, I'm sure your team and mine would be so happy.
That's right.
But that's not why it works. And in fact, that's why you hire professionals that do this as a profession, because those are the unicorns, the quick, easy, nice, simple ones.
Yeah.
We love to have them, so send them our way. However, we do specialize in the messy ones. And I keep coming back because I keep having new information to share with the audience.
Yeah, I love it. So let's jump into kind of a recent example situation where you had walk me through that. Talk me through that, because it's okay. Very interesting.
So it appears on the surface, simple, easy situation. Person who shows as owner of record wants to sell beautiful home on Davis Island, finds an investor that wants to purchase this, brings us a contract. Okay, sounds good so far. Then says, oh, but I'm having some problems with the tenants, so they may need to be evicted. Well, the title company doesn't handle your evictions, but now we look into it, and Matt at our office said, that's not unheard of either. Sometimes there are people who are squatting, or they were there with the prior owner, now someone else owns it and they don't want to leave. So a quote-unquote tenant situation is not necessarily an immediate red flag. But, of course, as we start looking into the file, as it turns out, the people who are being referred to as tenants are the original owners that purchased the house, I believe, in 1996. Unfortunately, in 2009, they became the subjects of a foreclosure. So that means that the lender who had done their mortgage, they potentially were not paying. I'm not sure of all the details of why the foreclosure action happened. But back in 2009, these people were served with lis pendens. So that is the beginning action of a foreclosure.
Yep.
And when a lender is attempting to foreclose on you or your homeowners association, they can't just swoop in and then take the house. There's a process, there's required information and evidence, and the court actually decides and makes a ruling about who is right in the situation. And typically, once you've been served with lis pendens, there may be a process to do some sort of remediation of your loan, some sort of refinancing that allows you to stay in the home. But it begins the process of the potential of you losing your home. So this started in 2009 with a very big lender. Well, another third-party person came in, allegedly, per the court filing of this couple, and offered them a deal essentially to save the house from the foreclosure action, pay off the debt that was alleged in that case. But there was a stipulation that then now this couple is going to hire him to be the agent to sell the property or give them some sort of ownership right. This is where the two parties disagree. So I'm going to say per the court documents or per their opinion in their filings. Again, I'm not an attorney.
Yep.
But each party has their version of what happened, but money was offered, and the original couple that bought it in 1996, they signed something. Now, this is the alert for the consumers listening in the audience. They signed something that is now alleged in the case filing as a signature page and had it notarized. What is that? It's your signatures notarized on a blank piece of paper. Do not do that. I'm looking right in the camera now. Do not do that. That is not a thing. Do not do that.
Huh.
Because here's what happens. Your signature is notarized on a blank piece of paper, which goes to what? Anything that anyone wants it to, I guess.
That's ridiculous.
And so clearly the original owners are saying that they never signed a deed. They didn't sign over their ownership rights to this other third party. They were not aware of that. They did think that they were entering into some kind of agreement, but they clearly didn't understand, or they were defrauded. I'm not sure. I don't know if the other third party had truly nefarious intentions or just didn't follow through, but he gave them a $25,000 check that, according to the filings, bounced.
Oh, geez.
So even though, he offered some sort of agreement and money, he never honored that agreement with the money that he promised in these documents.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
So,
allegedly.
The biggest lesson there is, number one, do not sign blank pieces of paper.
Yeah.
That is not a thing. And sometimes, if you're formatting a long document or a contract and when you print it out on the printer, it jumps page.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is a part of this larger document, but the one block where you're signing doesn't have the words that go to the rest of it.
Right.
Don't sign.
Yeah. No.
Ask them to reprint it. Ask them to put some sort of disclaimer at the top, like a header, saying that this is the signature page for this document specifically.
Right.
But do not sign a blank piece of paper, because now then what's going to happen? Well, the person who's trying to sell it is this third-party business company, LLC.
Mm-hmm.
The people that bought it in 1996, they're still living there, and they're saying that they own it. And now the courts are going to have to decide. So a quiet title suit was filed with Hillsborough County. And essentially that stops any transfer of ownership of the property. No refinances, no reverse mortgages, no sales, no anything on this property until the court decides.
Yeah, that's an interesting situation that, and I've heard similar stories where a lot of times these so-called, we make financial solutions, we provide financial solutions. You're in trouble. We'll sign an as-is contract. They'll do an as-is contract to purchase. They will check the box that says assignable. This way they can now take that contract that you signed, shop it, and then they'll also forge a last page, this mysterious last page, kind of similar to what you're saying with the blank sheet. But they'll put an extra page on that says, hey, we have the right to put this on the MLS. We can put it on the MLS, the multiple listing service. And then what happens is now they're shopping the difference between, let's say, $200,000 that they paid, that they told the owner that they would pay, and the home's probably worth $250 or $280 or $300. And then they'll list it on the MLS at $299 with hopes of making that difference spread. So it's $80, $90, $100,000 spread. We see that all the time.
So what you're saying there is, unless there's some sort of shady piece of paper that comes in there in the middle, assigning contracts is acceptable business practice in Florida. But what the homeowners are not understanding is when you are a seller and you agree to a certain amount, you've agreed to that amount. If the person who says that they're buying it from you finds someone that wants to buy it from them for more, you're not entitled to that difference.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you didn't have to agree to the 200. So this is the biggest story I feel like I always say is this is why you want to reach out to a reputable real estate agent. That's why you want to have them do a full home valuation report for you.
Yep.
Something Brandon or anyone on his team can do. And they're going to come to that meeting with facts.
Yep.
They're going to give you a full report. It's going to have comparable sales in your neighborhood. It's going to have pictures. It's going to have data. And so, you know, when someone on the MVP Realty team says, hey, let's go ahead and sell your house for this amount, they're truly trying to bring to you what they feel is the top market value that they can market your property.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And so, yeah, the as-is contract, they will just flat out sign someone's name, allegedly, to that last page of the contract. And then now they supposedly have the right to shop it. But unless you're the owner on record, you're not supposed to actually be putting a property on the MLS for someone else.
So if you are an owner of record and you are not a member of the National Association of Realtors or the Greater Tampa Realtors or the Pinellas Realtor Organization, you do not have access to MLS.
Yeah.
If you are a real estate licensee, you're in the state of Florida, you're not required to belong to a board, and that's what's called a Thompson broker, where you will have access to MLS, but not all of the other benefits, and you're not allowed to call yourself a realtor unless you are part of the National Association of Realtors. But you can be a legally operating real estate agent in the state of Florida without those affiliations.
Yeah.
But I've seen this in my own practice. If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. And
Yep.
if somebody comes and wants to offer you all these bells and whistles, and then they get an inspection, and then they want to chip away at it, and then there's this, and then there's these hidden fees, at the end of the day, I feel like I say this all of the time, don't sign something if you don't understand what you're signing.
Yeah.
And if you have questions about what is happening, ask all of the questions that you want. Because anyone that's pressuring you to sign, and not read anything probably doesn't have your best interest in mind.
Absolutely.
And there's a spot on our Florida Realtor contracts that says this contract may be assignable, and you as the seller can disagree to that.
Yeah. Yep.
If you want to know that you're dealing with the end person, the person who needs to complete this sale and purchase from you, do not allow that box to be checked.
Yeah, exactly.
Just say no.
Yep, you got to be diligent around that. More with Jennie Restrepo on the other side of this break. When we come back, I want to talk about title fraud and what you can do to protect yourself, because there's actual websites that will protect you. You can sign up. There's ways that you can protect yourself. I'm going to talk with Jennie about that here coming up as well. More on the flip side. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes 1 at CQB Show. And, of course, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Lots of great content. Over 2,000 videos there on YouTube now as well. Brandon Rhymes Realty on YouTube. We'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider who shares your values. They offer the very best nationwide coverage on 4G and 5G LTE networks and exceptional 100% US-based customer support. Patriot Mobile offers discounts for veterans and first responders, NRA members, and families with multiple lines. Learn more at patriotmobile.com/consumer QB. That's patriotmobile.com/consumer QB. Or if you'd like to give us a call, you can reach out at 727-263-3707. That's 727-263-3707. And we'd be happy to tell you more about Patriot Mobile. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 727-263-3707. Call or text 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We've got Jennie Restrepo in studio here, Insured Title Agency, talking about ways that you can protect your home's title. Title fraud is one of the fastest growing crimes in the country, and we've got some really good resources we're going to touch on here in just a moment. Just a free website. You can sign up on a website for free. And I want to give a quick shout out to our friends at Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. Say hello to Ramin Kazami. He's the owner, and he does a great job on our real estate properties. HeightsSoftWash.com. Let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. You can take him up on those special offers from the show, as well as commercial residential cleaning. He does a terrific job. Really good company. All right, hot listing here. We got a property on Diana Drive. This is 3048 Diana Drive. This one qualifies for USDA financing, which is 100% financing available. 1.19 acre lot, so almost 1.25 acre lot. You have 4 spacious bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, master suite, garden tub, double sink, separate shower, nestled in the highly desirable South Zephyr Hills area. Entertainment options abound in the surrounding area. Convenient location within 10 minutes of esteemed healthcare facilities. 3048 Diana Drive, over an acre of land available. Bring your toys, bring your RVs, your golf carts, your 4-wheelers, 3-wheelers. Diana Drive, Zephyr Hills, a great opportunity for that country lifestyle, country living out there in Zephyr Hills. All right, we also have another property here at Bardmore Place. This is 13906 Bardmore Place, Unit B. We did a price reduction on this property. This is an attached condo, or a townhome rather. Great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. Lighter color interior at the Bardmore Place, Unit B, 13906 Bardmore. Hurricane impact windows, brand new stainless steel appliances, large pantry. You have a 5-person jacuzzi as well, fenced-in backyard, and a golf course view. 13906 Bardmore Place, Unit B in Tampa. It's in Carrollwood, and you can see all of our listings at Platinum Coastal Elite. PlatinumCoastalElite.com. All right, Jennie, talk to me about title fraud. And that's an ongoing issue. It's been kind of a growing area of crime because of some of the logistics on how mortgages are recorded, satisfactions of mortgages are recorded. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yes, it's gotten easier and easier as things are all pretty much done electronically. These fraudsters are finding new and creative ways to steal title. They've got their sights set on, right now it seems to be focused, vacant land where the owner lives out of state. And I just heard a story of a gentleman that drove by his lot and discovered there's $1 million house on his land.
Wow.
That he didn't build or know about.
Nice improvement, huh?
Well,
how's that going to go play out?
Again, I'm not an attorney. I don't know how that's going to play out. But if you have a title insurance policy for land, and then you put $1 million house on it, you have a title insurance policy for the value of your land. So once you get your certificate of occupancy, you should probably connect with the issuer of your policy and have it updated.
Yeah.
To reflect the fact that it's no longer vacant land.
Wow.
But it seems very scary. Unfortunately, I was just explaining to somebody that title theft is not a chargeable offense in the state of Florida.
Really?
It is not.
Huh.
I know.
We got to talk to our state legislature friends.
We actually do need to do that because law enforcement can only enforce the laws that are on the books.
Right.
So is it a crime? Yes. Is it fraud? Yes. But without a straightforward path of this is the crime, this is the punishment, and this is the precedent, our law enforcement and our state's attorneys are having to get creative and figure out how to proceed with these.
Yeah.
And so that's where you're getting a lot of gray area. In fact, I have a quick update on Michael Bogstead.
Yeah.
He changed his plea to guilty.
Okay.
So he was the gentleman that was arrested back in February. The Pinellas County decided to prosecute him for scheme to defraud. So he stole title. He also tried to assign mortgages to his own fake companies. And what the outcome is that he did plead guilty. So, yay, at least he is admitting what he did. But if he is able to pay his restitution before his sentencing hearing on December 6th, he may avoid any jail time at all.
Wow.
I mean, and clearly that's not up to me because I'm not, we don't work with the state's attorney's office. But I do have an understanding that they have to operate within the parameters of what our laws are and what our court precedent is. And until our lawmakers can catch up and make this a very specific offense with specific parameters and specific, like, charging minimums and things like that, then it really does fall to each individual county or each individual municipality to figure out what is the crime that we can charge this person with.
Yeah.
And then there's not a nice, clear-cut precedent. And I make the equation to auto theft. If you steal my car, it's grand theft auto. On your first offense, it's this. On your second offense, it's this. So it's clear cut. And so law enforcement and our state's attorneys are able to just follow precedent.
Yeah.
We need to start establishing that precedent for title theft.
Yeah, it makes sense. You definitely got to do that. We're talking with Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Now, I want to go back to kind of what I teased before the break about the website. So there's a website where you can go on. I think each county has one, right? And it's a way that you can simply plug in. Is it by name? Is it by address? How does that work?
Okay, so it's called Property Fraud Alert. Go to just Google Property Fraud Alert, insert county where you live. All of our greater Tampa Bay area listening has participation in it. I've looked on their site. I know there's even other states, so if you're listening from out of the area, check it out and see if it's covered in your area. And you can register both your name and your business. So if you own property in the name of your business, you can also register your business name. And if anything is filed with the clerk of that county with your name or your business name, you will get a text notification letting you know that something has been filed so that you can immediately go to the public record and see what it is if it's not you.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, definitely got to do that. You got to be diligent. You got to look at, all these different areas now with this rise in crime, these
and
online
free.
crimes.
I forgot to mention, it's free.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that makes it even better, right? It's a great resource, but yeah, we should get with our state legislatures on that, talk to them about, making this title fraud, these different things, more of a, it should be streamlined in a sense. And there should also be some protections and changes to the ways that things are recorded. It seems like an antiquated system still. 30 seconds, back to you.
Okay. Thank you. I agree. So if you check us out on Facebook at Insured Title Agency, I often post articles about updates that are going on, especially here in the state of Florida. Some counties are catching on. Brevard County judges are like, this is ridiculous. We need to do something about this. Lee County is having a test program where electronically recorded deeds are going to have higher protocols for identification. So it's on the radar, but the louder we are about it mattering to us and mattering to Floridians, the more likely they are to respond. So check us out on the socials at Insured Title Agency, or always call the show or call us if you have any questions about anything I've mentioned.
All right, good stuff, Jennie. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you for the updates.
You're welcome.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for tuning into the show. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call